Hello, you're watching Much Ado About Something, and I'm Donna. Me and David are hanging out today doing some of the favorite things that we like to do this morning. We are, he's playing with his tools, and I am working on some art. Now, these are not my paintings, of course not. These are very famous reproductions of paintings that are hanging in California in the San Marino, California Museum of Art. But I wanted to share with you my love for art, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about these paintings. Now, I acquired these paintings, this Blue Boy and this Pinky painting, I acquired them together at a thrift store years ago, and I've had them in my picture storage. I have picture storage. I like to change out my paintings or my prints, my pictures. I like to change my art out every once in a while just to change up my space, and I love to put things that I love up. Now, these two that I acquired at a thrift store, they were meant to originally go in a much more ornate frame. These are the just little rough frames that would have went in behind a big, beautiful, golden, ornate frame. And these would have hung in a nice big house, maybe even a chateau somewhere, I don't know. But these were originally made to go behind a big, nice frame. And these were just the little basic frames that they were in. Of course, somebody probably had these, probably sold them, and somebody wanted the frames more than they wanted the prints. And that's probably what happened in this situation. And that's perfectly okay because I picked these up relatively inexpensively years ago. And these are very famous paintings. I'll tell you a little bit about the first one. Of course, you can look them up on Wikipedia and you can find out, whatever you want to find out about these paintings. But I'm just going to give you a little rundown of information about them because you probably saw them in antique stores or maybe even friends and family's houses growing up. And you probably see them today, and I don't know if you know a lot about them or not. But this painting is now called The Blue Boy, and it's by Thomas Gainsborough. It's now hanging, the original is hanging in the Huntington San Marino, California Museum of Art. This painting is an oil painting. It was painted in 1770 by Thomas Gainsborough. It was one of the world's most famous paintings. In January of 2022, the Blue Boy will go on view at the National Gallery in London, its first return trip to the UK in 100 years. 100 years ago, the Blue Boy, 1770, became the most expensive painting in the world. American collectors Henry and Arabella Huntington purchased the masterpiece for $728,000. It was originally named The Portrait of a Young Gentleman. It earned the nickname The Blue Boy in 1798, 8 years after its debut. And that, I'll let you know later about how it became known as the Blue Boy. Now here is Pinky. You'll see these paintings. They're usually sold together as a pair. But they were not painted by the same artist. Pinky was painted by, by Thomas Lawrence. So Blue Boy was painted by Thomas Gainsborough, and Pinky was painted by Thomas Lawrence. Pinky was painted in 1794. Blue Boy was painted in 1770. So Pinky was painted 24 years later than Blue Boy. Many think it's painted by the same artist as it hangs across the Blue Boy painting in the Huntington Art Gallery, painted by Thomas Lawrence, and it's oil on canvas, just like Blue Boy was. The title now given by the museum to this painting is Sarah Goodwin Barnett Moulton. That's the young lady in this painting. Pinky, and that's how it's named in the museum that it now hangs in. These two works are the centerpiece of the institution's art collection, which was notable holdings of an 18th century British portraiture. She was about 11 years old when this was painted. Now, they don't have any connection Blue Boy and Pinky, they're not connected. But they became connected, and this is how they became a pair. They were bought by Henry Edwards Huntington, purchased in England in the 1920s. He was a railroad tycoon and enthusiastic art collector. He brought these two paintings across the ocean to California, where he placed them in his library opposite one another. The general public was invited to view them, and forevermore they were linked together as a pair. And that's how they became to be sold together and to hang together in the museum where they hang today. But I am just going to clean these up and repair them and enjoy them in my home. I'm going to switch some art out and switch it around. Now, I've got some scratches and things on these frames where, you know, I've never really used them since I bought them. I've never cleaned them up or hung them up in the house. So I'll have to clean these up. I've got some old paper over here I'm going to put up under them, and I'm just going to clean the glass and just rub some. This is the Restore Finish, and the mahogany. I usually get darker because, you know, when you're cleaning up pictures and things, you want to, even your furniture, you want to put something darker on, because if you put a lighter stain on it or a lighter repair, it'll bring attention. It'll highlight the defect and the scratch. So you want to put something darker on so that it'll cover and it won't highlight your scratched areas. But once I put that on these frames and clean this glass really good, these paintings will look just like brand new, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to hanging them up somewhere in the house. Now here is a painting that I bought by a local artist right here. This I bought, and I've already cleaned it up. I've cleaned up the glass and I've repaired the scratches. I wish I had shown it to you before, and you could have saw how bad the frame was scratched up before I used the Restore Finish on it in mahogany and cleaned this up. But I'm looking for spring, and so I always bring out a lot of my floral prints in the spring. And this one, the name of this one is Geraniums and Shells, and it was painted by a local artist, Della Roberts. That's what it's signed, is Della Roberts, and it's an original print, numbered and signed. I got this at Habitat for Humanity. I'm going to tell you, if you're looking for some really good art, if you want real art that's numbered, signed by artists, and if you want to get quality frames and quality prints, I encourage you to go look there at Habitat for Humanity. I have found some beautiful art in those places, and I love art, so it always inspires me. Some of my favorite art has come from places like that, and of course from my children, who are all artists. I love their art. But this particular print here was by Della Roberts. She was born in 1929, and she died in 2008. And she's known for painting plants, flowers, fruit, shells, and still life. So she was a painter. And she was Artist of the Year in 1986 and 87 by the Winston-Salem Sawtooth Center for Visual Arts. And I love the Winston-Salem Sawtooth Center for Visual Arts. And I love to go there and to see a lot of their exhibits. And a lot of times their exhibits are hanging in the Renolda House in Winston-Salem. So that's a wonderful place to go and just see beautiful art. But this artist was showcased there in 86 and 87. But I love this. I love the muted colors of this. It's an African violet and a geranium. And then there are shells here. And so I look forward to decorating around the living room today, finding some place to hang this beautiful art that I can look at and appreciate and enjoy. And I was sharing with you about, you can go to all these big box stores and you can buy prints, and thousands of other people have those prints. There was 500 prints made of this. So less people was probably going to have this print than they are the ones that you buy from Target and the ones that you buy from Hobby Lobby and the big box stores that have mass-produced art. I mean, if you want to consider stepping up and elevating your art, the art in your home, in an inexpensive way, really. This picture right here was $25, but every week, the Habitat for Humanity in our area, they offer discounts on certain color tags. Like they have white tags, green tags, yellow tags, and pink tags. And when you go in the door, there'll be a little poster that lets you know what is on sale. There'll be one tag will be 20% off, one will be 40% off, and another one will be 70% off. So depending on what you buy, you'll get a discount on your whatever you pick, and you know, so it will reduce the price of many of your things. This painting here was $25. I mean, it was this print of this painting by Della Roberts was $25 hanging in Habitat for Humanity. But I happened to go by there on a week that had white tags for 70% off. So I was able to get this painting 70% off. So I was able to get this print, the signed and numbered print, for $7.50 in this beautiful frame, beautifully matted and framed picture. And I'm just thrilled with it, and I love it. I'm excited to find a place to hang it for spring. I love the colors of it, the fresh greens, and the geraniums and the violets. You know, I love those anyway. So I'm looking forward to that. That's a good way. That's just a good tip for you to elevate the art in your house. You can go to antique stores, and you can go to many other places, and you can find signed prints for hundreds of dollars. Her art right now is going for around $800 for her paintings. I don't know if that's the originals or the prints. I should look that up, but I know the last time that I did read on her that her prints and paintings were going, I think they maxed out at $800, so around anywhere from $500 to $800. But wow, right? Isn't that nice to have a local artist printed, signed, and dated print, or hand-signed and numbered print? Isn't that wonderful to have that for the price of $7.50, to have that beautiful frame and matting? And that just elevates your living space, and it introduces beautiful art at such an affordable price. Now, of course, you choose whatever art you like. If you like art from Hobby Lobby and you like Target's art, I mean, I like to look at art in all places. Last time I looked at Target, I did see two bee prints that I liked, but they were around $50 each, and they were just mass prints, reproductions. There was no hand numbering, no artist signature, and they were not even that nicely framed. So just keep in mind, if you're looking for beautiful art for your house, there's a way to go and find something that you really like, that really speaks to you, that you really enjoy, at a much more affordable price if you just know where to look for it. And so my love of art, of course, drives me to look at the art in all places. And of course, I'm going to look at all the prints that I come across, because I just appreciate and enjoy other people's art. And this was one of those irresistible pieces that I had to have, especially for the spring coming up. And then, of course, you know, I love and value these well-known prints right here. I'm going to clean these up and work on these today and find a place to put them. And they just go right along with my traditional nostalgic cottage decor that I have. Well, I'm in here doing something I love. David's in here doing something he loves. He's playing with his toys. He's playing with his dinosaurs and with his machines. And of course, now with grandchildren, this is where the spoiling comes in. You know, their parents never were allowed to play in the living room and bring all of their stuff in here. We just have a small house and a small area. And so they always had to play in their rooms if they were going to drag out this many toys. But David and all of my grandchildren I have 6 grandchildren, when they come, they pull out all these toys, and of course they enjoy their toys in the living room with Granny. So David's doing something he loves. He's playing his toys, and I'm in here doing something that I love. I'm cleaning up some of these art prints and stuff, and I'm thinking of places that I want to change things around a bit, and trying to, redecorate some of my prints. Now, these are prints that Donald's mama got us this one years ago. It is a hand numbered and signed print, and this one I bought for Donald a few years after that. And so that's a well-known mountain in the area. So there's a lot of prints and a lot of painters and artists that paint this mountain, but because it's such a good a place that has such good memories for me and Donald, we enjoy having paintings of that place in our home. But I'm going to get in here and kind of just enjoy myself and hang some paintings, change some paintings out for the spring, and that's what we'll be doing today. Now, I appreciate you coming along for me and let me share this with you today. Let me share with you my love of art, even reproduction art that I can afford to put in my home. I hope this inspires you, encourages you to go to your Habitat for Humanity or to your local thrift store and look through their art and find you a precious jewel in there that's worth more than you'll pay for it. I hope this inspires you to look for something beautiful that you can hang in your home and that you love and you can enjoy art. It's one of those little things that you walk by and you can just appreciate for what it is. And you can do it relatively inexpensive and have classy, high elevated art in your home. Thank you for joining me today. And like always, until next time. Ooh.